Hi. A little over 3 years ago, I tested JBL's then new Live 770NC. At the time, they stood out as a very solid and affordable pair of over-ear headphones with comfortable fit, good sound, and capable active noise cancellation. Something that is true even today, especially since they have almost dropped 50% in price since that time. Fast forward though to today, and we finally have got the successor, not surprisingly, named Live 780NC. And while this is not a massive generational leap in any way, JBL has still managed to add a fair number of meaningful upgrades to the new version. Big question is though whether it is worth to upgrade from the 770NC if you are sitting on one of those, and or if you should pay the full price of $250 or 170 pounds for these ones, or just settle with the nowadays apparently crazy affordable Live 770NC instead. Alright, so first things first, what has actually changed from the 770NC? Starting with pure specs, battery life has increased from 65 hours to an impressive 80 hours with ANC off. With ANC on though, we are instead looking at the same 50 hours as before. The noise cancelling has also been upgraded somewhat and is now also called Adaptive ANC 2.0. JBL has here also increased the microphone count from 4 to 6. On top of that, we also get support for Auracast and high-res audio via the LDAC protocol, as well as that Bluetooth has been upgraded from version 5.3 to 6.0. And that's about that when it comes to actual on-paper upgrades. Design-wise, JBL has here gone for a little bit more Sony-like slimmer headband finish with updated metal hinges that should improve the durability somewhat. And while nice, I do miss the fabric headband from the 770NC that just felt a little bit more premium compared to this, that gives off a bit more of a plasticky feel in my opinion. Also, speaking of plasticky, by the way, in the packaging that here in the EU does not include any charging cable whatsoever, but instead a manual and a 3.5 to USB-C cable for listening via wire, JBL also includes this little pouch or bag that on the outside has gotten one of the worst materials I've felt in a long time. It actually feels a little bit like candle grease wax on the outside. Yuck, not a fan of this at all. At least though the headphones can be folded up quite a bit to take up less space, but I still don't want to put them in this bag. As for controls, the left ear cup has got a volume button and the right one has got a huge touch panel on the whole round side, as well as an on-off/pairing button and a dedicated button to switch ANC profiles. Fair and also nice here is that both the round touch button and the ANC button can be customized to do different things in the JBL app, which we'll get to in a second. And even though I mostly hate touch buttons, at least this one is, well, one big button, making it at least fairly easy to use. Wearing the 780NC is, well, nice. The clamping force is though pretty strong, even more so than the 770 I would say. The ear cups are also slightly more shallow than before, but still holding my, I suppose, fairly normal sized ears in them without much issue. Passive noise cancellation is also good, and the material on the ear cups sits pretty snug against my bald head. One note here though is that the heat don't really have anywhere to go in the ear cups, so working out with these on, I actually had to open them up every now and then just to let some air in. But for normal day use, this is not a problem at all, at least according to me. So sound then. Well, this is clearly a JBL product in most ways, meaning that they have a pretty bass happy tune to them. However, utilizing the excellent JBL headphones app and its 10-band EQ, the sound can actually be customized quite a lot. There is also the option to create a specific EQ-tuned profile to your own hearing based on a series of audio tests, something that too works fine. As for the high-res audio, while using a compatible Android phone, the clarity of the sound does indeed improve over listening to the headphones from, for example, an iPhone, which does not support high-res audio over Bluetooth. It is not a night and day difference, but the separation and overall clarity gets to shine a bit more. Although I should also say that the sound through an iPhone is perfectly decent here as well. As for ANC performance, the 780NC slightly exceeds its predecessor and pretty effectively eliminates monotone background noises and even some more higher pitched ones as well. It's definitely not Sony XM6 standard, but it is good. Even the transparency mode is surprisingly decent and also retains an unusual amount of bass, which is nice too. Call quality is also fairly solid, nothing out of the ordinary, and wind is still not a favorite for the microphones, but calling absolutely works and sounds perfectly okay. There's also some more functionality accessible through the app, like for example enabling Auracast if you want to play the same music in your headphones as you do on your speakers, as well as the option to turn on spatial sound if you are into that. So to sum this one up, overall the JBL Live 780NC is mostly a positive upgrade with better battery life, improved ANC, high-res audio support, and some more and welcome added software features as well. It is by no means a revolutionary update, but it is fairly well-rounded, and if you do want a lot for your money, then you do indeed get that here. Worth mentioning in contrast to this though is that JBL is far from alone offering decent sounding headphones in this price range, so the competition is indeed fierce. If you're like me though and prefer the fabric headband, I do also encourage you to take a look at the still sold 770NC model that, like mentioned, also has dropped a lot in price over the last 3 years. Alright, those are my thoughts on the JBL 780NC. Please share any of your thoughts or questions in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you for watching. Bye.